And disgraced former school resource officer Scot Peterson is in handcuffs, appearing before a judge today in several charges.
He's accused of doing nothing to stop the Stoneman Douglas massacre, but prosecutors could face a challenge in convicting him. Let's go to local 10 News reporter Christian De La Rosa live now in Fort Lauderdale to explain for us tonight. Christian.
Well, first, I can tell you Peterson is still in jail. He was in bond court Wednesday. Thursday, his attorney is asking for a bond reduction hearing in which he's expected to fight those child neglect charges against him. He and other legal analysts are saying those charges don't fit and won't stick. As 56-year-old Scot Peterson waits in jail for another day in court Thursday.
We expect to be treated fairly, just like every other person.
Defense attorney Joseph DeRuzo filing a new motion fighting the state's child neglect charges against the disgraced former school resource officer. He says the charges don't fit because by state definition, he claims, then Deputy Peterson was not a caregiver that tragic day. He says, quote, a caregiver means a parent, adult household member, or other person responsible for a child's welfare. The definition of other person responsible for a child's welfare expressly excludes law enforcement officers acting in an official capacity. Legal analyst Mark Eiglarsh.
I don't know that legally they're going to be able to prove that he owed a duty to these children.
Surveillance video from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School that tragic day shows the then school resource officer with decades of experience and training never went in.
He was just a total coward.
Parents still grieving their loved ones say he needs to be held accountable.
He was there supposedly to save not only the students, the teachers, everyone, and he did nothing. So now he needs to pay for his mistake.
So 11 charges total, including child neglect, culpable negligence, and of course, one charge for perjury. His attorney is expected to not just argue against those child neglect charges, but also get his bond reduced, $102,000 if $102,000, like I said. If he is convicted for all of these charges, he could face up to 100 years in prison. That hearing is slated for 11 o'clock this Thursday morning, and of course, we will be there. We're live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.